What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the new setup, potentially. I usually record over at the windowsill, but I got a desk, finally. So this will at least be the backdrop for episodes of How Good and any future interviews I do. I might keep this as well, for just where I always film. Move everything off my wardrobe onto that back wall. But I have some more things coming. I've got this cycle print. I might hang up this really cool Attitude Era print my girlfriend got me for my birthday up over there. I don't know, I'm going to fill it up with wrestling and movie stuff. And so, yeah, the backdrop won't be looking so desperate for long anyway. I'm back with an AEW Dynamite review, and last night's Dynamite, whoa, it was spicy, a lot happened. It was a very good episode. So the show opened with the most talked about match of the night, and that was Cody Rhodes and Red Velvet versus Shaquille O'Neal and Jade Cargill. First impressions, Jade Cargill looks like a fucking star, I say that every week. She came out, and then Shaq walked out behind her, and he's got another 8 or 9 inches on her, just standing there flexing. Shaq looked huge, Shaq looked amazing. And yeah, the match started with Cody and Shaq in the ring. They locked up, did a collar and elbow tie up. Shaq, obviously stronger than Cody, pushing her in the corner, hit him with a big old chop to the chest, the hand like a fucking frying pan. Cody then tagged out, Red Velvet came in. One thing's well about Shaq was going through the middle rope, instead of up and over the top. But no, like, Shaq looked good, man. Shaq looked, obviously not great. He's not Kenny Omega, but like, Shaq knows what he's there to do. Shaq is there to do some big moves, be bigger than everyone else in the ring. And the meat of this match was the meat of the work rate was carried by Cargill and Red Velvet, and oh my god, Jade Cargill's awesome. So is Red Velvet. They were both great. Very early on, there was like a Red Velvet runs and jumps at her like for a crossbody or something. She just gets kicked out of the air by Cargill. They are having a really good back and forth match, but everything tags into to Cody and Shaq. It becomes just carnage theatrics wrestling, and I loved it. At one point, there was tables set up on the outside of the ring, one, and then they pulled out a second one. And then, as the match was going to the finish, one thing I forgot to mention actually, Shaq powerbombs Cody, and before he did it, he gave a tribute to Brody Lee with the whole blowing the kiss, and then bang, hits him with a massive powerbomb. Then Cody gets up and slams Shaq, and then Shaq just like presses him out of it for the kick out. It was amazing. It was really, really good. The finish came though when, like I say, there was these tables set up on the outside. Shaq is stood on the apron in front of these tables. Cody runs at him. Shaq goes to hit him, he ducks, he pokes Shaq in the eye, and then as Shaq's all defenseless, Cody hits the ropes, comes back and hits a crossbody over the top rope, and him and Shaq fall through these two tables onto the floor. A hardcore icon, Shaquille O'Neal, taking a bump through 2 tables in his wrestling debut, or his AEW debut, because he was in the Andre Battle Royal. And then shortly after that, Cargill hit Red Velvet with a Glam Slam and picked up the win for their team. But Shaq was stretchered out into an ambulance where he was too big for the doors. He couldn't get the doors shut because of his big feet, so he had to tuck up. Later though, Shivani, after the break, Shivani came to check on him in the ambulance. This man's laid out in an ambulance, and Shivani just walks up and opens the ambulance door, and he's gone. And the EMTs, and they're like, I don't know where he went, bro. It's your job. Your job is to look after Shaq in this ambulance, and now he's gone. Shaq didn't appear for the rest of the show, which to me means that we have more Shaq in AEW, and I love that, because, like I said, he's not good at wrestling, but he's a great wrestler. Like I say all the time, you don't need to be good at wrestling to be a good wrestler. Hulk Hogan was not good at wrestling. Ultimate Warrior was not good at wrestling. But, with the character and the stuff they did and the way they were able to draw money and make people believe, good wrestlers. I hate them both, but that's besides the point. Shaq was in there, he was moving well, he knows his back, he was just hitting power moves, and yeah, him and Cody it looked like a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun watching it. Cargill looks great, Red Velvet also looks great. And yeah, this was just a really fun match. So after we discover that Shaquille O'Neal has went missing, we have just a really quick squash match, a quick fast-paced squash match, and this is the exact perfect thing to put on after that, because obviously there's going to be a big, massive swell in viewership for the Shaquille O'Neal match, because people, either wrestling fans from NXT going, oh, I wonder what Shaq's going to do, or the people who support wrestling like their football teams will go, I'm going to watch this because Shaq will be bad. Those fucking idiots. Or NBA fans, or just people who have read in the paper that Shaquille O'Neal's going to be on the wrestling. You want to put something on to keep everyone's attention right after that, and they had Phoenix and Pac squash a couple of local talents, and it had everything. It had Phoenix running along the top rope to kick someone in the head. It had just Pac doing a 450, just Phoenix and Pac being the two quickest and best men on the roster, and they picked up the win in a minute 20 seconds. Right after that, we had the Inner Circle press conference. The Inner Circle press conference, which was incredible. There was a guy from, I think, Barstool Sports there, and his mic wasn't working. I can't remember what he asked. And then Conrad Thompson was there, and I think he asked what are the odds of letting Sammy Guevara join the Inner Circle again. And Jericho was like, I never ever want to hear that name again. They started burning Sammy, which makes me think we're building to Sammy and Jericho at Double or Nothing, and then when Jericho loses, the Inner Circle kick out Jericho, and him and Sammy can become friends again and save that relationship, and maybe go on to wrestle MJF and Wardlow. I don't know. Then Eric Bischoff was there. The Young Bucks came out, and it just broke into a fight. It was wild, but it was fun. Jericho was being great, MJF was being really funny, and like I say, through the first two ad breaks, they structured this show perfectly. You have the Shaquille O'Neal match, then you have Pac and Phoenix, and you have this really, really funny segment with Chris Jericho, who is a recognisable name, and MJF, who's a new star, the Young Bucks coming out, just a lot of carnage, everything goes mad. And yeah, it was great. After that, we got a promo for the Mox and Omega match, with a special guest appearance from Atsushi Onita, the pioneer of the exploding barbed wire death match. And this was a mad show, because there was someone else who showed up. There was a couple more big names on this episode of Dynamite, which is mad. But yeah, there was the promo hyping the exploding barbed wire death match with Onita, which was cool. FTR and Tully Blanchard making a return to the ring for the first time in over 13 years, 28 years since he'd been on national TV, I'm pretty sure someone said. Tully and FTR took on Jurassic Express. Tully they were all rocking matching gear. Tully was in tights and then a sort of top. That looked like really old school 80s gear. Tully started the match with Marco Stunt, and it was class. He was amazing. Tully looked class. I love him. I love this match. And he did take a move from Marco Stunt, and I know what you're thinking. Why would Tully Blanchard sell for Marco Stunt? Because Luchasaurus threw Marco Stunt at him. Oh, there was a bit where Tully also teased. He also teased hitting a suicide dive, but then he didn't because he's smart on that. This is what I forgot to mention as well. JJ Dillon was managing them. So in one night on AEW, we had JJ Dillon, Shaquille O'Neal, Atsushi Onita, and Paul White, because Paul White also was on this show. Then, towards the end of the match, after a lot of really, really good wrestling, towards the start as well, Cash tapped on the outside to the snare trap, or whatever it's called, Jungle Boy submission. That's outside the ring, it doesn't count. Obviously, Jungle Boy got up. Why would you lock a submission in on the outside? But towards the end, a cameraman jumps Jungle Boy, hits him when the ref's not looking. I think it's Jungle Boy. And then he runs and he gives something to... no, it's Luchasaurus. He hits Luchasaurus with something. And then he sort of walks around and everyone's like, who's this cameraman? And I immediately knew. It was Sean Spears. FTR and Tully hit the spike pile driver, and Tully Blanchard pinned Luchasaurus in 2021. And Spears revealed himself to be the man under the mask. And this is a relationship, a union that they've been teasing since summer, when FTR were feuding with SCU for the tag titles, and Spears was feuding with Christopher Daniels and then Scorpio Sky. So this is a tease that's been going for a long time, and now there's finally four of them. And then Arn walked out on the stage and he just kind of stood there and looked at them all, and then he went like that. So that was fun. And then Shivani just walked out whilst they were all celebrating and started saying, Paul White's coming out now. So then Paul White came out. It was weird, but it was fun. Paul White comes out and he starts talking to Shivani, and he goes, look, obviously I'm taking my job as a broadcast journalist serious. I'm not here to be a colour commentator for the sake of it. I'm a broadcast journalist. And I've got a scoop. There's going to be someone in the Face of the Revolution ladder match who I know, it's a big surprise, they're a Hall of Fame worthy wrestler, and just know that I know who it is. And it's got to be Christian Cage. It's got to be Christian Cage. Surely. It's got to be Christian. Let's think about it. Hall of Fame worthy. The big joke is that Vince will never induct him in the Hall of Fame because he doesn't like him. And it's always Hall of Famer Edge, Hall of Famer this guy, Hall of Famer that guy. And WWE legend Christian. Right? Ladder match. And a connection with Paul White. If Paul White was going to announce this ahead of time, it's got to be someone with a connection to him / WWE. It's got to be another massive get in the way that Paul White was such a massive get, but this time it's an in-ring get. And, I've seen a lot of people also saying CM Punk. It's got to be, it has to be Christian Cage or CM Punk. Realistically, who else can it be? If you have any other ideas that aren't Christian or CM Punk, let me know. But I am firmly rooted in my belief that it's Christian or CM Punk. We then had the final of the Women's World Title Eliminator Tournament, Ryo Mizunami and Nyla Rose, and they just had a big old hoss off, just a big fight. Mizunami hit that leg drop onto Nyla Rose where she's leaning over the apron, so she lands in the back of her neck on the apron, the hardest part of the ring. So it's just a really, really good match. They beat the living shit out of each other. And Mizunami picked up the win in an incredibly hard-fought contest. And it will be Ryo Mizunami and Hikaru Shida this Sunday at Revolution. After the match, then Shida came in the ring and presented her with her trophy, and they shook hands. And then Mizunami just hit her with a forearm. And Shida just went, okay, cool, dropped the title, hit her with a forearm back. And they just traded forearms for a bit. And it was class, and I'm really excited for this match on Sunday. Sting comes out then to talk with Tony Schiavone in the ring. And he talks about last week, and he talks about when Brian Cage powerbombed him through the mat, that he knew he had to get up, and he hit him with a Stinger splash. And then Ricky Starks came out, started talking shit, and I noticed that Ricky Starks, the collar on the back of his shirt looked a little bit uneven, and it's because Ricky Starks had cut the back of his shirt open and sewed it back up, so when Sting finally started whooping on him, the back of his shirt would rip open. He kicked both of his loafers off, and he ripped the back of his shirt open, and Sting just started laying the shots in on him. Then Team Taz came out. Then Darby Allin came out for the save, and it was just a big, fun, mad brawl. I loved it. I thought it was class, especially because Starks just had the back of his shirt ripped open for no reason. Oh, it was great. Max Caster of the Acclaimed took on 10 from the Dark Order to secure the final spot in the Face of the Revolution ladder match that will be announced, because there's one more, and it's Christian Cage. It's got to be Christian Cage. I'm not going to say anything I'll do something if it's not Christian Cage, but it's got to be Christian Cage, surely. But either Platinum Max Caster or 10 will be in this match. So they just have a really good match. A 10 was there with -1 and the rest of the Dark Order on the stage. Caster comes out, spits some bars, does his whole thing. And they just proceeded to have a really good match. I really like them both. I don't really remember any spots necessarily, except for the fact that they had a really, really good, thorough chemistry with each other. And I enjoyed it. Then the finish came when Jack Evans crawled out from under the ring and hit 10 with Caster's boombox, because Matt Hardy wants to make the Dark Order's life a misery for being friends with Adam Page. And Max Caster is now going to the Face of the Revolution ladder match. As Evans walked up the ramp, Matt Hardy just hands him an envelope, and it just says in big block capitals, Jack Evans, $4,200. So that was fun. We then got a Miro promo hyping Miro and Kip versus Chuck and Orange Cassidy. And I'm just so excited for Miro on an AEW pay-per-view. Oh, He's the best. He is the best man. I don't know if you know, but he is. And this match was really, really fun. Or the promos were really, really fun, I should say. And the match will be really, really fun. And then we're on to the main event. Like I said, there was no filler on this show. Everything went by perfectly. You saw all the faces that you would know. Sting, Miro, Moxley, Pac, Jericho, Shaq. Like, all the big names, all the recognisable faces to a casual audience. And incredibly good, tight, solid wrestling. The main event was meant to be a big 8-man tag, but that was cancelled and scrapped for instead Matt Hardy and Mark Quinn versus Hangman Page and John Silver. Hangman came out in his little graphic this time, said AdamPageWrestling.com, which I will go to right now. It takes you to relaxing guitar music and horses in nature - stress relief. That is what AdamPageWrestling.com takes you to. And the match, obviously, was very good. It's kind of everything you expected. Hardy was a little step slower than everyone else, but a lot more cerebral. Mark Quinn's incredible. Mark Quinn looks like he's putting on a bit of weight as well, but he's carrying it really, really well. Silver and Hangman look great. At one point, Silver tags in, and it looks like he's running in to like stop Hangman, to be like, look, we're going to get disqualified if you don't go out. But he just runs in front of him and just gives him a hug. Because he loves him so much, he just gives him a cuddle. It was amazing. And Silver, as you know if you watch this channel, he's one of my favourite wrestlers, and so is Hangman, so is Mark Quinn, and so is Matt Hardy. And this match was amazing. In the end, Silver and Hangman just hit a big old flurry of moves. There was a deadlift German, rolls Quinn through, picks him up, and he just gets hit with a buckshot lariat, which he sold with a whisper in the wind, Jeff Hardy style. And they picked up the win. It was amazing. It's a class match. Then Silver gives him another cuddle. I think I'm actually going to make that the thumbnail of this video. No, I've got to make it Shaq. It's got to be Shaq. Yeah, it'll be Shaq. But, then Hardy attacks them both after the match. He starts beating them with the mic, and he's, like, screaming at them. He's like, hi, man, I will take all your money. I will take everything you earn. I will make you nothing. And he's like, and John Silver, you're not going to make the Casino Battle Royale either. And he's battering them both with mics. Then the Dark Order run out. Then all the heel teams from the Casino Battle Tag Team Royale run out. And then all the face teams from that run out. And the show just went off the air with a big, massive brawl. And that was this week's All Elite Wrestling Dynamite. Overall, it's a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10, I don't care. The matches might not have been the best, like, quality-wise. I saw a lot of times when I watch Dynamite, I watch it with Emmett. I try and write as many notes as possible, but sometimes I just forget, and I'm like, miss a match or miss a promo because we're just talking and watching through it. So I always read Acero's review, or Acero, or however you pronounce his name, on 411 Mania, and he gave the show a 7, and he said the Shaq match was like a 2-star, but it was never going to be a 5-star classic. It was never going to be a work rate classic, but it was what it was, and it was fun, and that's exactly what the show was. It was fun. It was amazing. The match quality was good, I thought, especially Shaq. I expected it to be good, but I didn't expect it to be that good. Jade was obviously fantastic, and just Shaq was there to play his role. The tease from Paul White was amazing. The women's match was incredible. The main event was class. And now we've got set up for the Face of Revolution ladder match. It's Penta, Cody, Scorpio Sky, Max Caster, Lance Archer, and Christian Cage. It's got to be Christian Cage. I'm done with that until Monday when you see my review from Revolution. But yeah, like I say, this show was really good from start to finish. Every match played its part, every segment played its part in just crafting a story, and I think obviously you're going to get a big spike in viewership because of Shaquille O'Neal, but if you want to keep them around, you had everyone on this card to keep them around. And yeah, I just think for lapsed fans, this is a great jumping back in point. And for new fans, I think this is a great jumping in point. If you watch the whole episode, I don't think there was much you wouldn't like. But yeah, I hope this goes well. I hope this sees a spike in viewership and it brings a lot more lapsed fans back in, but only time will tell. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed our AEW as much as I enjoyed AEW last night. I have a very fun video coming out this weekend about this show, and I will have a review of Revolution on Monday. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.